Okay, here's the issue of, well, no, I don't remember what I was going to say. This is so terrible. Wait, don't.
No, I'm still recording.
Here's the issue of Jhumpa Lahiri and realism, and Tree of Smoke I was talking about being kind of just basically realism, even if it's long, confusing realism. But I was reading Jhumpa Lahiri last night. What's her new book called? Do you remember?
No.
Unaccustomed Earth. Great short stories.
That's
if you're in 10th
new.
grade, newish, 2008.
Really.
Okay, anyway. So I'm reading Unaccustomed Earth, and they're great. They're incredibly well-crafted stories, as it even says on the back of the book. But there's something about this kind of realism that just bugs me, and I think I found the answer in a nice review by Zadie Smith when she was talking about Netherland and Remainder. And she said, "These aren't particularly healthy times. A breed of lyrical realism has had the freedom of the highway for some time now, with most other exits blocked. For Netherland, our receptive pathways are so solidly established that to read this novel is to feel a powerful, somewhat dispiriting sense of recognition." And that's what I feel, in a way, when I read Lahiri. And I have another bookmark here that I just want to share with you. It's from
You
one
should
of
make
the
eye contact.
original reviews of Unaccustomed Earth. And here it says, near the end, Lahiri handles her characters without leaving any fingerprints. She allows them to grow as if unguided, as if she were accompanying them rather than training them through the espalier of her narration. Reading her stories is like watching time-lapse nature videos of different plants. This is a positive review. Each with its own inherent growth cycle, breaking through the soil, spreading into bloom, or collapsing back to earth. That is a pretty good description of Lahiri. I feel like we're getting a view into real life, so to speak. And yet I'm constantly bugged by the fact that, of course, it isn't real life. It is constructed. In fact, it's so well put together. Every detail in the story works. Every detail feels kind of unconstructed. Therefore, it makes it, to me, super constructed. So I'm looking for that thing that's a little bit sloppy. It's more like 2666, that it's grand. It's trying to capture so much. It's trying to put it in a new way. You know, if we're reading differently these days because of the computer, if we're dispersed in our reading practices, if we're networked and connected and unable to pay attention to things, then certainly we should be able to handle fiction that's a little bit more adventurous maybe than even Tree of Smoke and certainly Lahiri that I was reading last night. So just to update you right now, I am reading 2 books at once.
Wow!
Unbelievable. But the Lahiri Unaccustomed Earth is pretty short, and Tree of Smoke is quick reading. One last thing about Lahiri, by the way, I'll tell you that later. I'll do more on Tree of Smoke later, but one more last thing about Lahiri is I do like these stories, and I like the fact that they're about feeling displaced, about moving, about living in other countries, and those of you especially who are NRIs, will maybe especially appreciate Lahiri. But you guys like Lahiri in class, right?
Yeah.
And so she's
She's
like
not
that.
No, actually,
Okay,
no.
done.
Jhumpa was better than the other people. You know, she got some of Austin. Like,
Can you make a song about these?
Stop now.
Oh, yeah.